So for today's Thought Bubble video, I'm gonna talk about K-pop content creators. I wonder if K-pop channels, K-tubers, K-pop shorts channels, will ever do research on the things that they spread on their channels with some being misinformation. I mean, yes, some of the things that they spread on their channels does have some truth in them, but it's not 100% true. So they're actually spreading misinformation with a little truth. Like for example minors. The truth is that minors are still debuting in the industry. The false thing is that it's being normalized and they're debuting at a rapid rate, when they're not and adults debut more. If people did more research, they'd know what is the actual reality they spread versus the reality they want to spread due to lack of research. Me as a person who likes to spread facts over fiction, I support the idea that minors are debuting less and adults debut more. I do agree that minors are debuting still, and debuting them hasn't stopped, but I also agree that the amount of minors are less in the industry, currently. I just wished more K-pop channels realized it. That's why I'm wondering if K-pop channels will ever do research, and rather than spreading what's the general opinion on things, meaning what others also think and agree on, they spread the actually reality of things. Because up till now, I've seen no K-pop channel yet who has tried to spread what is really happening, besides me. Which shows that a lot of K-pop channels are just going off what they're seeing and are not going the extra mile to check up on things. If bigger companies, HYBE, JYP, YG, Starship and some other bigger companies, are debuting minors, then minors are debuting more and it's becoming normalized. They won't research to see if minors debuting is becoming normalized or not, or if minors are actually debuting more, or checking up to see what's true and what isn't. They just go off the basis of some bigger companies and groups in the industry, and use them like they speak for the whole entire industry, when they don't speak for the many groups debuting each year. It's so annoying to see K-pop stans on their channels spreading half-truths about minors and K-pop and not the whole picture, simply because they don't do research. And yes, I know you're not expected to know every K-pop group to debut, but just because you're not expected to know every group ever in the K-pop industry, it doesn't that you dismiss the existence of certain K-pop groups entirely and act like they don't exist, when these K-pop groups, specifically new just unnoticed by fans, hold the answers to the misinformations that y'all spread. Minors are not being normalized in the industry, currently that is. Yes, there are bigger companies who debuted minors, middle-tier companies who debuted minors, and smaller companies who debuted minors, and I cannot deny that. But researching has also found me finding so many adults currently in K-pop more than minors. If I have done research on so many misinformations, and have found what's true and what's false, then why can't you? Why can't you guys ever want to research? And I know I've talked about K-pop channels not researching many times, but it seems like spreading misinformation has become a norm, because from my research only have I found that certain things K-pop stans have spread and continue to spread on their channels are misinformation. I don't know how K-pop channels can just say something so easily when they don't know that if they're spreading fact or fiction. All they know is that what they're spreading, not 100% sure on this so please don't come after me, is something that almost everyone agrees on, so the channel will get clicks, views and comments. It literally annoys me how new misinformations arise each time and it leaves me to debunk it, if it's false, because nobody else is doing it, and they're just promoting the misinformation further. Like, come on people? Why do y'all have to do this? Why do y'all have to spread lies or half-truths without seeing the whole picture? Why can't y'all just do any research? Please start doing some research from now on. Please stop spreading misinformations. In conclusion, me wondering if K-pop channels will ever do research will go on forever. Because me constantly saying to please do research is something I should give up on. I should just give up on the hopes that K-pop channels will ever do research when they won't. They will continue to spread false information, and leave the truth or what is actually true in the dungeon. K-pop channels will continue to spread that minors debuting more just because some companies are doing it, and will never want to research on the adults in the industry and promote them. If K-pop channels believe that minors are debuting more without actually knowing if they are or not, then minors are debuting more, end of discussion. K-pop channels I've noticed will constantly spread the misinformation more than actually spreading the opposite of the misinformation that they believe to be true. Let me explain. If K-pop channels believe that minors are debuting more, they will not try to promote groups with adults in them to show K-pop stans that these groups have adults in them, but instead they will continuously promote the idea that minors are debuting more. They won't counter the misinformation by trying to bring some truth to whatever people spread, but rather they hope on the misinformation wagon and they also start spreading it, so that they can get the misinformation spread more, but not the actual truth. This is what saddens about K-pop channels, and this is one of the main reasons that I've never subbed to K-pop channels, specifically K-tubers, that I've come across, because they spread misinformation. It's so sad that I've found so many channels who spread misinformation, and literally none of them are channels who've done the slightest bit of research. K-pop channels will continue to spread misinformations, and nothing will change.
Would you be on my side?